This is an all-in-one guide on how to play combat surf. So we're going to start off with a few settings, just three really important ones. The first is field of view. Please, I see this everywhere. Do not have it at like an extremely high number. You can't see your game, especially when you're going fast. You're not going to be able to see anything. Next is your enemy highlight. Keep this on, 100%. It just highlights everybody and keep it in a red color. This works best for all the maps. It just works best for everybody. But you can change to whatever color, honestly, it doesn't matter. Lastly is your view model. And this just changes where your gun is going to be. So I have the sniper out and you can see in the background, it's moving around. And I suggest having it somewhere in the corner of your screen, like so that you can actually see the game rather than having a massive sniper rifle just in the way. Alright, so that's it for settings. Now let's move on to how we can actually move. So combat surf is split into two key components, bhopping and surfing. We're going to start off with the most important skill that's used in both bhopping and surfing, which is called strafing. If you don't know how to strafe, you can't bhop, you can't surf, you can't really do anything. So just to practice, I suggest staying on the ground like this. Don't mount any of these ramps or take a booster, just stay on the ground. So all you'll need is timing and coordination. So if you're good at those, you should be set. Strafing is the movement that you're going to use when surfing or bhopping to actually gain any speed. Now with strafing, the only directions that actually affect your movement and speed is looking to the left and to the right. Looking up and down only affects your movement in surfing, doesn't affect your speed, and does not affect your movement or speed in bhopping. So to strafe, you need to choose a direction you want to start with. It doesn't matter which direction, just pick one, right? Could be left, could be right, it doesn't matter. It just depends on how you want to start. For this example, I'm going to start with left. To start strafing, hold the key in the direction that you want to go, and at the same time, move your mouse in that direction as soon as and while you are holding that key. So I want to go to the left. So I'm going to start holding the A key because it is the left key on WASD. And as soon as I press the A key, I'm going to move my mouse to the left like so. So I'm pressing the A key, moving my mouse like so. Moving my mouse. And make sure it's not too fast. It's some fluid motion, right? Not too fast, not too slow. That sweet spot right in the middle. Now you move your mouse for as long as you hold the key. That's an important note. Right, so if I'm strafing to the left, I'm not gonna let go of my key and keep looking to the left, right? As soon as I'm done letting go of that key, I'm gonna stop moving my mouse to the left. So I've just strafed to the left, right? And likewise, to strafe to the right, you hold the D key because it is the right key on WASD. So once again, you're going to move your mouse for as long as you hold the key. And as soon as you let go of the key, that's when you stop moving your mouse in that direction. Right, so it's the same thing as the A key. Holding D, moving to the right, and then stop. Just like that. Great, so now you've strafed to the left and you strafed to the right. So now for the hard part. You need to interchange the left and the right strafe together. So what I mean by that is when you perform a strafe in one direction, for example, I'm going to start with the left again. Right, so as I'm performing a left strafe, the second you're done with that strafe, the second you let go of that strafe, start strafing in the other direction immediately. Just like that, like right away. Right, so I'm going to the right, back to the left. And to the right, and back to the left. So on and so forth, right? So you're just strafing back and forth from the left and back to the right. This is strafing, right? But you're just doing it on the ground right now. That's why you're not building up any speed. But this is something you should practice. And once you have this down, this fluid motion, right? So from the left, straight back to the right, pressing the keys as soon as you're done with the other, you should be good to begin bhopping. Great, so now that you've practiced and you're ready to start bhopping, I will show you. So to start bhopping, you are going to use that strafing movement mechanic that I just taught you, and you're going to do it while jumping. Now, lucky for you, this is an auto Bhop server, so that means you can hold space and the game will automatically jump for you. There is no timing. So, as you're jumping in place, practice that strafing motion. So, again, I'm going to begin with the left, right? So, I'm holding A, moving to the left, and then D to the right. A, D to the right. Left, right. As you can see, I'm building up speed, right? So jumping once again, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. And usually you want it to be one fluid motion with your camera as well, right? So if you're bhopping and you start like going crazy like this, you can see I'm not building any speed, barely any, right? And you could like mess up your bhop easy. It should be something smooth so that you don't start messing up really bad. You start building speed up nicely. So once again, but obviously you want to start slow just to start learning. But once you've picked it up, try bhopping at different speeds with your camera, right? So like really fast, really slow, at normal pace. Just start testing around, see what works best for you, see what you can do. And also a quick note that to turn, right? So either to the left or to the right. So for example, if you're bhopping and you're coming across a wall, to turn in any direction, you're just going to hold the key or go in the direction, whatever direction, for a longer period of time, right? So a usual bhop would just be like this, right? Short little strafes, but to turn, you're just going to strafe in one direction for a longer period of time, just like that. So with the right, to the right, just for a longer period of time, and on the D key, and looking to the right, or on the A key and looking to the left. That's just a turn. Congratulations, you learned how to bhop. Now it's time to learn how to surf. So surfing uses the basics of strafing a lot. So make sure you fully understand how strafing works if you want to excel or do well, whatever, in surfing. So surfing always starts with your player coming into contact with a ramp. Surfing is similar to the strafing mechanics of lefts and rights. So in front of me there's a ramp, and if I were to come into contact with this ramp, it would be on the right side of my player. So when I come into contact, I'm going to hold D, right, because it's on the right side. Likewise, if I were to come into contact with the ramp now, I would have to hold A because it's on the left side. Please take note that you have to hold the key the entire time you're on the ramp, or you will fall off. Now, with the strafing technique that you have learned, there is something called air strafing. Now, this is really simple, right? You're just going to use your strafe mechanic that you just learned, and instead you're going to apply it in the air. So while you're airborne, you are just going to strafe to go where you want, right? Obviously, if I take this booster and I don't strafe, and I only press W, it's going to be really hard to navigate, right? But if I do start strafing mid-air, I will be able to control where my character is going. So that's just a little tip for air strafing. The biggest difference with bhopping and surfing is that looking up and down actually affects your movement in surf, unlike bhop, right? So if I were to bhop here, and I'm at a good 27 units, looking up and down doesn't change my speed, right? It doesn't change where I'm going, doesn't change anything. But when I'm surfing, and I chose ski too because the ramps are curved, I have to go with the ramp, right? So there's a curve in the ramp where it slightly goes down and then back straight, right? So I'm going to go with the ramp. So I'm going to look down and then back straight, right? Whereas if I were to take this ramp and continuously look down, I would ultimately just fall off. So just make sure that you are following these ramps in the direction that they are going in, if they are curved, that is. There are some ramps that are special and must be surfed in the opposite key of which they are. For example, we have two ramps here, and for the left ramp, it takes a sharp left turn. To surf it, you would expect to hold D and look to the left, but that just makes you fall off. Instead, what you actually want to do is hold A and look to the left. This way, you're actually able to take that sharp left turn. Likewise, for the right ramp, you're supposed to hold D and look to the right instead of holding A and looking to the right. This allows you to take that sharp right turn. So, what is combat surf? How does it work? Well, combat surf is a game where players are able to surf and bhop, as you've seen in the beginning of this video, to try and kill each other within 4 minutes. And the player with the most amount of kills wins the round. Now, everybody has their own playstyle, right? You can choose a variety of different weapons, from an op to an AK to a shotgun to any type of pistol. It's actually just a deagle and a Glock, but you know. And you can play however you want. The most common weapon is the op, which is the sniper rifle, but that doesn't mean that you cannot play with anything you want. That doesn't mean you can't play your own style and how you see fit. So what are these maps? What am I even looking at? So every map is unique from one another. Some are mostly consistent of bhopping, some are mostly consistent of surfing. Every map has their own traits. Most maps will have a big box. I think some can be yellow, but most of them will be seen red. And once you walk through them, they give you a huge speed boost. These are called boosters. Every map probably has these. These are just to give you an edge on surfing and to give you proper amounts of speed to be able to surf around the map. Some maps will have something called a jail. A jail is somewhere you are teleported to after voiding or falling out of the map. Some maps will have a very forgiving jail where you are instantly respawned somewhere or teleported to somewhere to instantly play again. For example, on Air Arena, you're just instantly teleported back into spawn, or on Surf Ski 3, you're just teleported to the top of the map where you're instantly able to play again. Some maps are less forgiving, like Surf Ski 2, where you're teleported into a jail that opens every once in a while to let you out, and some maps can be not forgiving at all, like Hang Time, where you are stuck in a box in the middle of the map, and you cannot get out until you die. So make sure you play a lot and get used to the maps so that you are knowledgeable and have a fun time.